EastEnders star Colin Salmon has hinted at huge drama coming up for George Knight, as friction builds between his on-screen sibling Kojo Asare and Harry Mitchell. While discussing the unfolding plot, Salmon shared why George has been uneasy about the duo's growing bond. George has been anxious about Kojo striking out on his own and being self-reliant, since he promised their brother Kobina he'd always protect him, Salmon said. I also believe George feels a twinge of envy toward Harry, as he notices how tightly connected Harry and Kojo have become. George is pleased Kojo has someone close, but he's also upset that he's left out of their friendship. As Kojo's birthday nears, George is set on making it an unforgettable occasion. This marks the first opportunity George has had to share Kojo's birthday with him, and it represents a major step in their bond, Salmon noted. He also gets to hand Kojo a gift that carries deep meaning, so these moments are very significant to George. But George's well-meaning plans quickly fall apart when he's pulled in a different direction. He gets distracted by Nicola because she's feeling distressed, Salmon revealed. Even though George has ended things with her, that doesn't mean he's without concern. He isn't the type of man to walk away after being involved. Nicola has faith in him, so when she confides in him about her struggles, George listens. Sadly, that results in him missing the chance to take Kojo out. Could Nicola and George become Walford's next unexpected pairing? They make a fascinating mix, Salmon admitted. George feels like a teenager again whenever he's near Nicola, and there's definitely chemistry between them. Events take a darker twist when George later discovers Kojo in a troubling condition on the square. He completely panics, Colin said. It's George's biggest fear, and he instantly blames Harry. He knows Kojo would never willingly touch drugs, so he assumes Kojo was spiked or deceived. Kojo despises drugs, and George is aware of that, so he immediately points the blame at Harry. But why is Harry the prime suspect in George's mind? George has crossed paths with plenty of young men like Harry during his years managing pubs, the actor explained. He can recognize the signs that Harry might be connected to drugs. That doesn't mean George is condemning him. After all, Gina has battled addiction herself, but he can tell when someone isn't being honest. The tragic part is, George doesn't see that Harry is genuinely trying to shield Kojo. Yet George's instinct to protect could end up backfiring when Kojo shuts him out. Yes, it's painful for George when Kojo stands up for Harry and tells him to leave, Colin admitted. George's intuition is warning him that something isn't right, but Kojo refuses to let him interfere. The issue is that Kojo is a grown man, and George can't simply treat him like a youngster, so it becomes a tough situation with no straightforward solution for either of them. EastEnders Jack uncovers troubling signs about Oscar and begins digging for answers as tempers rise. Next week, Jack Branning sets out to uncover the truth after spotting a heated confrontation between his nephew Oscar Branning and Howie Danes. Both Oscar and Howie are hiding massive secrets, which threaten to come to light when Jack, ever the detective, starts piecing things together in upcoming episodes of the BBC soap. Earlier this month, fans watched as Oscar knocked Patrick Truman out cold during a break-in at number 20, where he attempted to steal money to pay off a gang of thugs from his young offender's past, who had been menacing his family. Not long after, Howie discovered proof linking Oscar to the burglary and the assault on Patrick, but instead of reporting the teen to the authorities, he used it as leverage, forcing Oscar to hand over the cash, which Howie kept for himself. Now back at home, Patrick has been battling anxiety following the assault. Consumed by guilt, Oscar has attempted to ease his conscience by befriending Patrick and lending a hand to Yolande Truman. Next week, Howie loses his temper after spotting Oscar and Patrick enjoying a game of dominoes together. His frustration only grows when Oscar accepts an invitation to Patrick's stag celebration ahead of his upcoming wedding to Yolande. Later, Howie corners the teen, warning him to keep his distance from Patrick. But neither of them realizes that Jack has been quietly observing from afar. When the day of Patrick and Yolande's stag and hen parties arrives, Jack questions Oscar about his clash with Howie, though his nephew brushes him off. Refusing to give up, Jack then presses Howie for answers during the stag night, but he too dismisses Jack's probing. Still left suspicious, Jack continues to search for the truth, while tensions escalate as Howie later challenges Oscar in secret. Can Oscar talk his way out of trouble, or is he about to land himself back behind bars? EastEnders Joel Marshall set to go after Stacey once more, but Vicky finally reaches breaking point. Upcoming EastEnders spoilers confirm more drama next week for troubled teen Joel Marshall, who is preparing to target Stacey again, though this time it seems Vicky Fowler won't stand for it. Viewers were left stunned in Thursday's installment when Joel unleashed his most chilling threat yet on his stepmom Vicky. After discovering Avani had an abortion, Joel stormed over to confront her in the square, hurling cruel taunts and branding the teen a murderer. In shocking moments, Joel lifted his hands towards Avani, only for Vicky to intervene just in time, stopping him in his tracks. She quickly ordered Avani to head home, before clashing with Joel in a heated exchange later at their house. The row ended with Joel spitting that a proper slapping would do you the world of good. This drama comes on the heels of another major storyline, as an EastEnders icon was rushed to hospital following a brutal attack by a familiar enemy. The incident came only days after the teen managed to dodge consequences for leaking Stacey's secret cam footage online. Stacey instantly suspected Joel and marched over to confront both him and Ross. But Joel flat out denied the claims, and in a shocking twist, Ross chose to believe him. Ross and Vicky later informed Stacey and Jean that they wouldn't be pursuing the matter any further, sparking a heated row in the square. Determined to get justice, Stacey reported Joel to the police, only to be furious when officers revealed they wouldn't be taking any action. Meanwhile, the secret cam clips spread rapidly, leaving Stacey's daughter Lily so humiliated that she decided not to come home. Fresh spoilers for next week now tease that Joel will purposely provoke Stacey again, but Vicky steps in once more. She warns the troubled teen that she won't tolerate his behavior any longer, but the big question remains, will her warning finally sink in? Elsewhere next week, tensions within the Panasar and Gulati clan appear to bring Priya and Ravi closer than ever, as a row takes an unexpected twist. It kicks off when Ravi promises a shopping trip with Priya and the children, only to be derailed after Oki informs him their base has been raided by police. Later, Priya calls Ravi out for letting Avani down, but their fiery clash soon turns into a moment of passion. Their connection deepens when Ravi assures Priya he'll find a way to rebuild his life, and the pair decide to give their romance another chance. So, could Ravi and Priya finally be reunited for good? And has Joel's reign of trouble finally come to an end? EastEnders continues Monday to Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on BBC One and BBC iPlayer.